You think the biggest cost of flying private jets in 2025 is inflation? Think again. There's a silent crisis building that threatens not just your wallet, but your safety. Yes, there are 3 threats, specific threats, that most brokers aren't telling buyers, and that's navigational warfare, anti-tankering laws, and the maintenance supply crunch. And this is what we're going to be talking about on this episode of BizJet TV. Let's get straight into the meat of this episode. The first one is the number 1 threat is the GPS spoofing epidemic. Now, what does GPS spoofing mean? And I'll tell you the story that a Cirrus Vision Jet pilot and owner told me just a few weeks ago. He said he was flying into Egypt with his Vision Jet. Well, he was flying over Egypt, sorry, with his Vision Jet, and he was at about 25,000 feet. And, 25,000 feet over Egypt, you're well above all the mountains. And suddenly the airplane started to say, terrain, pull up. And the autopilot started to pull the airplane up like this. It was a clear day. There were no obstacles underneath and whatever. And he kind of freaked out for a bit. He was flying on his own. He's not a professional pilot. He had to disengage the autopilot and start flying manually to stop this airplane from stalling. So this is what spoofing does. What it does, in certain areas of the world, they've been sending fake GPS signals to aircraft. The aircraft computer, which is flying the airplane, thinks it's in an area where it isn't. It thinks it's in a position over an area that it isn't, and it starts doing things, which could lead to an accident. Now, this has happened in the Middle East. This has happened in Baltic areas of the world, but it's also starting to creep into other areas as well. Now, the problem is a lot of pilots, even professional pilots, and I've got friends of mine that have flown to Israel with 747s, and they have to keep an eye on this spoofing thing. So that they're there, both the pilots are flying, they're on instruments, and if they start seeing something strange, they've got to check on their map and everything, their position and whatnot, and back up. And if something starts to happen, they just disengage the autopilot and fly manually. But a lot of pilots aren't trained for this spoofing. So spoofing is something that needs to be introduced into pilot training. So whether you're going to fly your own jet, you need to be doing the training, or if you've got pilots, you need to build this. But most of the training providers aren't catering for spoofing. Their training is all about losing an engine and flying around on one engine. But how many times has a plane crashed because an engine failed? Very, very few times. Most accidents happen for other reasons. So spoofing is one of the threats. The second threat is the regulatory trap, in particular in Europe, to do with anti-tankering law. Yes. Now, what is tankering? Now, tankering is when you're at one airport and you have to go to another airport, and let's say the flight's only an hour. Okay. So, but the airport where you're sitting at, the fuel is really, really cheap. So what you do is you fill the airplane up. Let's say the airplane has a 5-hour endurance. You fill the tanks up for 5 hours flying. But you only do 1 hour flying. But then when you land at the next airport where the fuel is a lot more expensive, you've got enough fuel to go to the next one. So you save a lot of money. Well, what they've done now in the European Union, they put a tax on tankering. You're not allowed to tanker. There's a bar on it. It says carrying extra cheap fuel to avoid buying expensive fuel. That's what tankering is. You now must buy the fuel necessary for the flight at the departure airport, including the expensive 2% SAF blend. So this is the law in Europe, which is not very clever. The other thing they've done in France, the French, they love their taxes. They've introduced a tax on passengers, on private jet passengers, up to €2,000 per passenger. So you know what Europe's like. There's 29 countries. And if you have an airplane with a 1,500 nautical mile range, you can really hop from one country to another very easily. But, short distances, an hour and a half flying. But if there's 4 or 5 passengers on board, you're paying an extra €10,000 for that flight because of the taxes. This is not very, very clever. This is not very, very clever because, what happens? Already, someone that's never used private jets before and they start thinking about using a private jet, they bring their accountant to the table. They say, well, how much is this thing going to cost us? How much are we going to get out of it? I talk about this in my book, The Quantum Economy. If you want to propel your company into the quantum economy, private jet travel is one way of doing it. But I understand, if your flight's €12,000 and it costs another €10,000 because you've got 6 people on board, because you're paying that tax, it's double the price. You're going to think twice before you fly private. Then what happens? You're going to fly with the airlines, which is what they want you to do. But what they don't realize, these communists, what they don't realize, that when you do that, entrepreneurs start to think, maybe expanding my business in Europe is going to cost too much with all these regulations and taxes. And, they go online, like you're online right now, and they do their research, and they discover that if they were to move to Texas and start building their coffee shops throughout Texas instead of throughout Europe, it's going to be a lot cheaper, and their return on investment is going to be a lot quicker, and they're going to make a lot more money. So you know what they're going to do? They're going to move their company somewhere else. This is why in the UK, over the last 12 months, because of the Labour government, 16,500 multimillionaires have left the country. Now, when these people move, they move their money, they move their companies, they move their brains, their ideas. They go somewhere else where the environment is more friendly to their ideas and their money, where they can take their money and they can put it to good work. They can invent new things, create jobs, put more money into people's pockets. You're losing these people. And I talk about this in the quantum economy. And private jet travel is how entrepreneurs can build their businesses. I tell the story of a number of entrepreneurs. The famous one is Sam Walton from Walmart. Yes, if you're watching this and you're maybe watching because you're anti-private jet, but you shop at Walmart, what you need to really look into, and you just need to read Sam Walton's biography. Do you know that the reason why Walmart has had the success it's had is because Sam Walton, from a very, very early stages of Walmart, he flew as a private pilot. It was his hobby, flying. He soon realized that he could scout for locations to build new Walmarts from the air. So he started to use his airplane to do that. Then he thought, well, as he opened 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 stores, he thought, I can carry my executives from one airport to the other and use these smaller airports and go and visit 3 locations in one day with a private airplane. So then he bought a second one, and then a third one, and a fourth one. And he used the airplane. And today, Walmart have a fleet of 30 private jets. Yeah, 30 private jets. But this was possible in America, okay? Because America has policies, even today, very pro-business. Lower taxes, less regulation. These are 2 things that entrepreneurs love. Okay, and private jet is a tool for these people. Okay, it's not a luxury item, it's a tool to build businesses. So this tax that they're doing is not very, very clever at all. It's not very, very clever at all. The third thing is aging fleet maintenance bubble. Now, what happens? You're looking to buy a private jet, maybe towards the end of 2025. We've got another few weeks to go, and the year ends, and you're looking to get a bargain, on one of these older jets. Oh yes, I found a Global Express. It's $9 million. Let's go and buy it. It's going to be great. It's got 6,000 plus mile nautical mile range. Let's go and buy the airplane. You think you've got a good deal, and then suddenly, in 6 months' time, it's got a major maintenance event. That if you'd done your pre-buy inspection and you've hired a professional, they would have already told you. Now, what happens is when you do this kind of thing, there are certain things that will need to be changed on the aircraft. There are certain things that you don't know will have to be changed until they actually dismantle the airplane and discover it's got some corrosion problems, and they need to order a certain part. Oh, it takes 6 months for the part to be made and shipped. Now your airplane, who's supposed to be down for 6 weeks, is now going to be down for 6 months, unexpectedly. Now remember, number one reason people buy a private jet is not because they want to gather around the world on a private jet in luxury. It's because they want to save time, and this is why they join the quantum economy when they start flying private. But you're not joining the quantum economy if you bought a lovely jet for $8 million and now it sits on the ground for 6 months. And while it's sitting on the ground, guess what? It's costing you money, because you still have to pay the pilots, you still have to pay insurance and a number of other things, and you're paying for that maintenance, and you haven't got an airplane that you can use. So planning this kind of thing is really important, because after the COVID thing happened, everybody's behind on spare parts. So, finding a maintenance, repair, overhaul place that will accept you, okay, and plan in advance, that's really, really important. So when you're looking to buy an older airplane, you need to use a professional, because the professional will know that a particular type of aircraft breaks more often than another one. Another particular aircraft, the spare parts are more difficult to find. Take Falcon 50, for example. You buy a Falcon 50, really cheap airplane to buy, good airplane and everything, but when it breaks, and they do break because all airplanes break, good luck in finding the parts. Same with the Piaggio P180, lovely airplane. Great airplane, sexy shape, great performance. But when that thing breaks, it's going to sit on the ground for 3 or 4 months. Unless you plan in advance. And that's really, really the key. But, you're only going to plan in advance if somebody, an expert, tells you about these things. And this is why, this is important. So these are the 3 things that are really, you know, big problems in the industry right now. I'll just recap them. Spoofing, which means your aircraft is being sent a false signal, and so it could end up doing stuff which could end up, you know, crashing the airplane if your pilots aren't aware of this. The second thing are the taxes, in particular in Europe, these taxes on tankering and on passengers. You know, this is really, you know, shooting the industry in the foot, if not in the head. And then the third thing, of course, is, you know, the spare parts and the maintenance problem, where, you know, careful planning is really, really important. So tell me what you think about what's happening right now. Did you know about these things? Have you been affected by one of these three things? Let's get the conversation going below. If you haven't got a copy of The Quantum Economy, you can grab a copy by clicking on the link below. And check out this recent video we did on the Gulfstream G300. Very interesting airplane. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. And that's all from Fabrizio here on BizJet TV, and I'll see you on the next one.